Good morning, students. Topic for today is a personality theory given by a psychologist Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud was a psychologist who has given that personality is a formation of three aspects. These aspects are id, ego, and superego. According to Sigmund Freud, brain generally does three types of functions, or three types of functions are being carried out in our brain. These are id, ego, and superego. Sigmund Freud, a psychologist, says that personality contain unique features. They interact to form a whole. So personality may be formed because of many reasons. Personality can be formed because of the past experiences. Personality is formed, or it is processed, or it is consciously being renovated each and every days of a life. So according to Sigmund Freud, these different parts of a brain are not physical, means they not be considered as a part of a brain, but they are the functions which are being carried into our brain. So let us understand what are these parts, what are their functions. The first element is the id. The id, most basic part of personality, and wants instant gratification for our wants and needs. If these needs are not met, a person becomes tense or anxious. So first part of the brain, or the first functions which is being carried out by id into the brain, it is generally a desire. So anything a person will desire, that happens into the id. Example, if I am thirsty, I know that my desire is to drink water. So what is my need, desire? That will be fulfilled by id, and when it is been fulfilled, id becomes satisfied. So nothing happens rather than a desire into the first part. The id is the impulsive and unconscious part of our personality which responds directly and immediately to the instincts. So whatever things which comes to our life, right? What immediate impact is being given by people, that will be done by id. So id is the most basic parts of a personality, or it is a function of a brain which will impulsively means very speedily, it will be fulfilling the desire of a humankind. One example I have given, that is when a person becomes thirsty, he will ask for a water, right? Or when he will drink water, his satisfaction will get over. So that is what the id does. It generally is responsible for fulfilling the desire, or it is creating the desire. So first thing which happens into a brain, that is id. The id remain in the infant phase from the point of view of the function throughout a person's life. So id is a particular functions which will remain infant, means it will always remain in its childhood stage. It will have only one functions of a desire and fulfilling those desire. That's why we say in our day to day life, we each and every moment, just like a child will have a desire. When we were child, our desire were small things, but when we became old, our desire has changed. But still we have desire, we like to fulfill those desire. That may be food, that may be water, that may be basic necessities of a life which is required for a person's in his entire life. So the id remains in infant stage throughout the life, right? The id operates on the pleasure principle, which supports the idea that every wishful impulse should be satisfied immediately, irrespective of the consequences. So, this is what the drawback of id, that id, a function in a brain which is responsible for creating a desire. So, whenever a desire is created, whether it is right or wrong, that should be fulfilled. That's what the goal of a ego, right? So ego never gets satisfied unless and until the desire which is he has created will be fulfilled. So id is a particular part of a brain, or it is a system of a brain where the desire will emerges. So any kinds of pleasure, a feeling of pleasure, a feeling of need, a feeling of desire emerges in a person's life, that is only responsible part for that function is id, right? So id is the most immature part because it is very impulsive, it is very speedier, it does not look into any consequences whatever it happens, right? So if he or she desires that certain things has to be done, then that will be fulfilled by any means, right? So that is a desire. The id manages in a primary process thinking which is primitive, illogical, irrational, and fantasy oriented. So many a times when a person dreams to get something that may not be possible in reality, we say it is a something what desire. So id engages in primary process thinking which is primitive, illegal, right? Irrationals, fantasy oriented. Fantasy oriented means in a dreamy world. The id is egocentric center of a human universe. Egocentric means there may be certain desires which is not possible to be fulfilled, but still it is a id which is desiring, or it demands certain things. So id contains humans basic instinct drives. It is a source of our bodily needs, wants, desire and impulses, particularly our sexual and aggressive drives. We can understand the id with the help of an example. So one example is given, we will be understanding. Sonal was thirsty. Rather than waiting for the server to refill her glass of water, she reached across the table and drank from the Mr. Shah's water glass, much to his surprise. In the above example, the person tries to satisfy her desire without thinking rationally, right? So many a time, the most basic functions of a person may be done by id, or it is created because of id. Example, when we are thirsty, right? When we are hungry, right? When we want a sexual pleasure, we demand for such kind of desire, or certain kinds of desire will emerges in our mind, right? And sometimes we try to fulfill that without knowing the consequences. So कोई भी reasons कुछ भी हो उसका, वो हम नहीं सोचते. तो ये ब्रेन का वो फंक्शन है जहाँ पे जो बेसिक थिंग्स हैं, जो डिज़ायर है हमारा डिज़ायर है, हमारी नीड है, जो कि हमको एनी हाउ हम फुलफ़िल करते ही करते हैं. जैसे कि हम थर्स्टी है, हंग्री है, राइट? तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो हम बिना किसी को पूछे क्या कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस आएगा वो नहीं देखते. हमको खाली प्यास लगी है तो हमको पानी पीना है, दैट्स इट, वी नो दैट, right? So any kinds of desires has to be fulfilled. That is a part of a id, right? So id is an unconscious part which is only just looking at a pleasure and the desire. Now the second part is the ego. Ego deals with reality, trying to meet the desire of the id in a way that is socially acceptable in the world. It means that there are chances that the gratification may be delayed, right? So ego is a system of a brain which is a conscious part, which is most indicated part. So ego deals with reality. So certain things which will be a desire, but which is not counted as a good in society, The ego is a system of a brain which will check whether the desire which has emerged is right or wrong. राइट सो कोई भी हमारे अंदर कोई भी डिज़ायर उत्पन्न हुआ तो ये ईड का काम है कि वो डिज़ायर उत्पन्न करेगा, मगर ये ईगो का काम है कि वो डिज़ायर सामाजिक तौर पे सही है कि नहीं है, सोशल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वेदर इट इज़ राइट और रॉन्ग, राइट, इट विल चेक. So ego may be considered to be as a matured part of a personality which generally thinks rationally, right, which will think about consequences. इसलिए ऐसा होता है कि कई बार ऐसे डिज़ायर हमारे अंदर उत्पन्न होते हैं जिसकी ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. तो ईगो जो है, जो हमको ये समझाता है कि कोई भी डिज़ायर है उसको हम फुलफ़िल नहीं करें क्योंकि उसके रिजल्ट अच्छे नहीं आएंगे. तो कई ऐसे अनएथिकल काम है जो कि हमको नहीं करने चाहिए, वो हमको ईड ईगो से हमको वी गेट दैट थिंग डिलेड. तो इसीलिए वॉट एवर द डिसीजन, समटाइम्स आवर डिसीजन इज पोस्टपोन्ड बिकॉज ईगो थिंक्स दैट वेदर द सर्टन थिंग्स इज बीन fulfilled or not or has to be fulfilled or not. The ego recognizes that other people have needs and want too, and that being selfish, I am always good for us in the long run. So ego will think, as ego is the most mature part of the personality, it will continuously see whether certain things may be socially been expected, whether right or wrong, right? So it is been done by ego. The unrealistic id and the external real world. So unrealistic id means whatever the desire. इसका मतलब ये है कि कोई भी हमको डिज़ायर उत्पन्न हुआ तो वो फुलफिल करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए, दैट इज ए रॉन्ग थिंग, राइट. इफ इट इज बीन डन, दैट इज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज एज द important thing. So personality is a part which is been formed and made up of these three different systems. Superego is the third part, right? Superego develops last and is based on morals and judgment about right and wrong, right? The superego includes the values, social roles and morals of the societies which are learned from people's parents and others. The superego's function is to control the its impulses such as social prohibitions, taboos, sex and aggressions. Superego consists of two systems, the conscience and the ideal self. The conscience can punish the ego through causing feeling of guilt. The ideal self is an imaginary picture of how you ought to be and represent a career aspiration. So कभी कभी हमको लगता है कि हमारे अंदर कोई हमको ये समझा रहा है. आपने भी एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कि कभी कभी हमको ये लगता है कि कोई भी चीज़ हम गलत कर रहे हैं तो अंदर से हमको इट सेज दैट सर्टन थिंग्स इज नॉट राइट. तो वही काम सुपर ईगो का है. जो भी डिज़ायर ईड उत्पन्न करता है तो वेदर दैट थिंग इज सोशली एक्सेप्टेड और नॉट. इसका मतलब ये होगा कि सपोज कोई चोर है, चोरी कर रहा है या चोरी करेगा फर्स्ट टाइम, तो उसके अंदर एक सुपर ईगो, राइट, उनको समझाएगा या उनको बोलेगा कि वॉट एवर द थिंग्स विच यू आर डूइंग इट्स रॉन्ग, राइट. हमारी लाइफ में हमने कोई ऐसा गलत कदम उठाया है जो सोशल में प्रोहिबिशन है. एग्जाम्पल्स के तौर पे कोई भी चीज़ का एडिक्शन हो गया तो वो चीज़ सोशली एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है. एल्कोहल की बात करें, राइट, तो अंदर से हमको वो सुपर ईगो विल टेल अस वेदर सर्टन थिंग्स इज राइट और रॉन्ग. तो जो हमको ये बताता है कि द थिंग्स इज राइट और रॉन्ग, दैट इज द वर्क ऑफ एन सुपर ईगो, राइट. सो you will understand through this theory that how a brain is functioning, right, how the system is developed in our brain. अभी आप इस थियरी से ये समझ सकते हो कि हमारा ब्रेन है वो कैसे फंक्शन करता है, हाउ इट इज़ फंक्शन, राइट. सो समटाइम्स वी यूज टू से, हम ये बोलते हैं, पीपल यूज टू से अपनी आत्मा से बात करो, राइट, इंटरनल सेल्फ। तो इंटरनल सेल्फ है क्या? दिस इंटरनल सेल्फ इज नथिंग बट इट्स अ सुपर ईगो विच विल टेल यू दैट सर्टन थिंग्स इज राइट और रॉन्ग। वो आपको सुचाएगा कि कोई भी चीज़ सही है या गलत है, क्योंकि आपके अंदर कोई भी डिज़ायर उत्पन्न करता है, होता है, राइट। तो कई चीज़ें ऐसी है जो कि समाज के लिए बहुत ही गलत चीज़ है, जो आपको ये फील कराएगा थ्रू गिल्ट। जब हमको गिल्टी फील होगा, दैट इज द वर्क ऑफ एन सुपर ईगो, राइट। So you can say super ego is a part which is controlling ego, and sometimes it is punishing ego, right. And it will stop whatever the desire which is unethical from id. आप कोई भी डिज़ायर उत्पन्न करोगे ऐसा नहीं चलेगा, आपको समाज का भी देखना पड़ेगा। समाज में वो चीज़ एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है, आपको समाज एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा वो चीज़, राइट। तो दैट इज नॉट राइट, वी से, राइट। So certain things are which is prohibited will be causing a danger that will not be done by the brain. So guilt, जब हमको गिल्टी फील होता है, रोना फील होता है, कोई भी चीज़ करने के बाद हमको पछतावा होता है, दैट इज़ द वर्क ऑफ, या कोई भी चीज़ कर रहे हैं उससे पहले हमको जो फीलिंग आती है, दैट इज़ अ वर्क ऑफ ए सुपर ईगो. The conscience and the ideal self. Conscience can punish picture of how you ought to be and represent a career aspiration, how to treat other people and how to behave as a member of society. So we say that super ego is very much necessary for a person, because it will tell you whether certain things is right or wrong. The super ego consists of the most logical parts of a brain. Through examples we will be able to understand. Sonal knew what she could steal the supplies from work and no one would know about it. However, she knew and stealing was wrong, so she decided not to take anything from the workplace. ये एग्जाम्पल ये है, सोनल नाम की कोई एक एम्प्लॉइज है एक कंपनी में। तो सोनल को ऐसा लगा कि ऑफिस से सपोज वो कुछ पेजेस चोरी करके अपने घर पे ले जाए, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा, किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा। ये काम जो है दैट इज़ द वर्क ऑफ एन ईड ये कहता है कि आप ये पेज घर पे लेके जाओ, मगर सुपर ईगो ये बोलता है कि ये पेज आप घर पे ले जाओगे तो ये गलत है, क्योंकि दिस इज नॉट योर प्रॉपर्टी, you are taking, you are stealing it from a company, that see this thing should not be done, right. So that is an example. Same thing, koi bhi exam mein if a student is cheating, right, so id will tell that student that you have to cheat, aapko cheat karna padega, right. The id will be telling, but super ego will be telling that cheating is not considered to be as a good thing and you should not cheat, राइट. जो हमको ये समझाता है दैट्स अ वर्क ऑफ एन सुपर ईगो. सो सुपर ईगो स्टूडेंट्स इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ ए ब्रेन विच जनरली कंट्रोल्स एवरीथिंग. जब हमारे माइंड में कंट्रोल नहीं रहेगा, देन सर्टन थिंग्स दैट वी डू दैट विल बी, हम कहते हैं कि व्हाट इज अ स्मार्टनेस, समझदार व्यक्ति. समझदार इज व्हाट, हिज सुपर ईगो इज वर्किंग वेरी गुड, हिज सुपर ईगो इज वेरी वेरी गुड. So here the person's behavior is modified by sense of right and wrong, right. A grown-up person who wishes to develop or change his or her personality will find the following questions very useful. Part 1. What kind of image would I like to project of myself, ideal self? How do I see myself? See image. How do others perceive me? Who I am, I really? Am I the answer to the questions above or something else? Right? This is ideal self and real self. How can I project a positive image of myself? Should I improve my attitude towards my work, towards life, towards others? Third, should I improve my behavior? 4. How do I communicate my behavior and attitude to others? And fifth one, what media do I use for communicating my personality? So it was a topic of a small theory of Sigmund Freud, a personality theory. Now language plays a very important role in projecting personality of an individual. So language is also again very important apart from other factors. A person's language reflects his or her mental state and attitude. तो लैंग्वेज कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है, लैंग्वेज का टोन कैसा होना चाहिए, how you should use the language in front of other people. On closer observation, many aspects of personalities are revealed to the language that one uses. For examples के तौर पे गेट आउट का मतलब है बहुत ही रूड एटीट्यूड है. लीव्स द रूम, stern attitude, leaves, please leave the room, polite attitude. Could you please meet me in the evening? More polite attitude. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I really have another appointment in a few minutes. Considerable attitude. So these are the examples of how attitude is done.